Hey guys, and welcome back to Yard Treks. He's Captain Foley.
He is Lucano. Twist! Stuart Lucano, brother of Nick Lucano.
Lots of twists going on. Did any of them work for you?
No.
We're going to talk about the Locarno twist. In the latest episode of Lower Decks. We still haven't got the finale yet, which could definitely help the situation. But as it stands, we're going to talk about, did the twist work?
Because this, of course, is a season-long arc, which Lower Decks sometimes kind of does, sometimes doesn't. You know, Packard's being around, and then a sort of starting episode, an ending episode, etc. But they're not necessarily known for season arcs, more stories that come up and come and go, right? And so the whole season, since very early on, there's been these silver, grey, marbly-looking ships that have destroyed alien ships. And then the twist, mid-twist, was that they're destroying lots of alien ships. Then the third twist was they're just capturing lots of alien ships. And then this last episode, second to last, they've now been revealed that they put the people on a planet to sort of a dangerous game fight. And it's Nick Lucano who both designed, and we can assume is leading this operation based on the fact that his symbol on his jacket is the starburst effect of the Academy thing that he was famously remanded for. So that's his thing, and he led that. So that's why it's fair to say he's the leader of this, because that's his thing. Or at least right up there, and designed the ship as well. And it's him. And at the end he's very pleasant and nice. And hey Mariner, lots to tell you. Because he actively stole her from the planet. So he went to the planet, beamed her up, bam, moving on. So how did you feel, Stuart, when this TNG, not Tom Paris, appeared? Because voiced by Rob Doug McNeil, in a slightly more performance than Last Jedi, where Force Awakens, Luke appears for 1 second. It's kind of that vibe. It's like, he's here, and but not 3 years to find out. What do you think, Stuart?
It was a deep cut, I gotta admit. And then also tying the episode in with the TNG Lower Decks episode was nice as well. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring a character back, I mean, there's been a lot of questions about Nick Locarno over the years. Like, why wasn't Tom Paris just Nick Locarno? There's many reasons for that, but
paying writers is the main one.
Yeah,
the similarities.
The similarities are glaring, and it's obvious what they intended with Tom Paris's character. So anyway, it was an interesting reveal. I was pleasantly surprised. I know that Mike McMahon, he knows his lore. He knows what he likes. He has a plan. And it was nice to see Locarno return and be voiced by Robert Duncan McNeil. That was also fantastic, as it should be. But I mean, he's already been back as Tom Paris in Lower Decks, so that's kind of a nice thing as well. So I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised, but at the same time, I'm also like, all right, cool. What now? Like, is it doppelganger time? Like, Thomas Riker was mentioned in this one too. We know we've got a transporter clone of Boimler out there as well in Section 31. Does that tie in? I don't know. So yeah, I'm gotta wait for episode 2, the continuation, to find out how I really feel about this episode. But overall, I was surprised. I would not have picked Nick Locarno out of the randomness that is Star Trek to be returning to Lower Decks. But at the same time, knowing Mike McMahon, it almost makes sense. So
as in our review, he's definitely mentioned him and Tom as a funny idea to us in a thing. I remember it specifically. He mentions lots of things, but I do remember that as a thing he's always liked, right? But I mean, now you've seen the season, is there anything you can pull from the season as there's a hint?
Not specifically that I can remember. I'd have to go back and rewatch them all again, but I don't think there's anything laced in there. I mean, we're pretty thorough when it comes to breakdowns and reviews and looking for things like that. There could have been 1 or 2 things that we might have missed, possibly, and now knowing the end game, going back and watching might reveal those. I don't know.
But those ships were in so few episodes and so few scenes, and the scene was the same scene every time. I don't even think the ship had the symbol of the because that would have been at least something. I don't remember it.
No.
Yeah, for me, it was, I mean, it's that classic thing of, oh, cool. And then, oh, cool. And then, oh, cool.
Yeah.
You know, multiple emotions, right? The pure excitement of we're going to have this Tom Paris and Nick Lucano storyline finally addressed after 30 years is really exciting from a concept point of view, a Finding Did point of view, and we know it'll make sense with Mike's writing. So that will be done well if they can explore it fully. So that's exciting. But then it doesn't link to anything. We only saw him once, so there's no, you can't be annoyed at him suddenly being this renegade character because you know nothing about him. Except he goes a bit renegade-y, like from the episode. That's it. Because he's not Tom Paris. Whatever you think you know from Tom Paris is not Lucano. They've had a base point of a flyboy, reckless troublemaker, ladies man, and nothing else after. So he can do anything. So that's fine. But to not see anything in the last 8 that link to it is the point of payoff is to be set up and be excited. But they left so little on the table that it's just random. And random isn't satisfying, random is fun. But it's not satisfying at all. It's random, right?
It's cool, though, knowing that Mariner knew the people from the Lower Decks episode of TNG. And
knew him? Well, yeah. Exactly, because, she went to the academy with them, Lucano and Sito. So they were at the academy together in the same either year or a year apart, 2 years apart, because there's 4 years of the academy, so you have a little bit of leeway. But, and if you're friends with one, you might be friends with the other ones, etc. With no setup, there's going to be 25 minutes of payoff, right? You've got to now add the cool in the payoff episode because there's no real cool been built up. They've got to address why they're doing it, how they're doing it, for what cool reason, and the ending, and the season ending, and the character ending, and justify him back as a reference. And that's a lot to do in a short episode.
Well, it could be leading to will be resolved at the beginning of next season almost, but
best of both worlds,
yeah, but I don't know if they're going to do that necessarily either, not knowing if they're going to get more seasons kind of thing, because that's tough. I don't think McMahon would want to ever leave anything off on a cliffhanger like that.
Well, they've got a season, so it wouldn't be.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying if just in case something had happened, I don't know if they'd want to leave a season like that.
It's different though, because this is a character that is now intimately tied storyline wise with the whole point of her being an ensign, which is the Bajoran character stuff. So choosing 2, Lower Decks, and then the previous one with Lucano. So if Mike Mann's saying, right, great, we had 2 seasons, cool, this is the point of Mariner. This is the entire, because this is the point of Mariner. Why she's an ensign, why she always rebelled, why she always got kicked out, why she whatever, is this reason. So I would be okay with a 3-parter because finally we're getting to it, especially if at the end of this next episode, as I said in our review, if Lucano is trying to build an armada of random alien ships so that they can attack a Cardassian prison colony, and if there's 12 alien races, how the hell do you know who's attacked you? You can't warn all 12, so all to rescue Sato. And if you end season 5 with Sato appearing as a grizzled war veteran, whatever, kind of like Kira, but just from prison, and Mariner's completely destroyed how she thinks of reality. It's oh my god, I thought you were dead. Oh my god, I base who I am on a. Wow, you don't approve of who I am. Wow, I should go fight with you. Whatever. And the last season is sort of rebuilding Mariner into just a good Starfleet officer, which she kind of was on the path for, but now she's kind of found the sticking point, found the so kind of this would make sense, right? If she's in the episode.
Yeah, and bringing Sito back is not unheard of. She was on a secret mission, supposedly killed by the Cardassians, but we also, as I said, had Thomas Riker mentioned in this episode, who was in a Cardassian prison last time we saw him. So it could be that they're together, and we're going to get Jonathan Frakes and this other character back. I mean, that would be cool, and that'd be a good way to end it. This next episode is be hi Mariner, and she's actually still alive, and
Well, not just that, but if you double fun the fun, if you end this season with Thomas Riker warping and saving the day, but saving the day for Nick Lucano's forces against Starfleet. So it's the exact same scene, but the reverse. We're now the Packers, we're now the baddies, and then all of that goes towards saving Sato. That would be thematically clever and a fun payoff. And then season 5, you've got Riker, although as with I had said originally, the title will be in half the season. Now he'll leave after 5 minutes. Who cares, right? They won't keep him back. They're not going to do a full season of Riker. Doesn't matter what happens. Whatever. But then you've got that fun, especially now you've got Thomas Riker will definitely relate with Clone Boimler. I mean, those are a match made in heaven because literally he already loved Riker, and now this is other Riker, and then there's such a good payoff there to happen. So I can see that being the payoff at the end of the season, and or Riker walks in, oh, it's the USX Titan, lol, he copied the name of other Riker ship, fine, whatever, right? It's a Maquis Raider and it's got Sato as the chief engineer, whatever. And then season 5 is you go from there and then it resets Mariner and you see how, maybe she doesn't want to be like the other person because the other person ends up being this criminal, or something. Like you could have fun with that.
You would think that Mariner would have a grudge against Picard with what happened to her friend. But that's never been mentioned or brought up. It just seems like something that would be a Mariner trait. Much like Sisko had a grudge against Picard for the death of his wife. But anyway, it just seems like a last-minute entry that was trying to explain what Mariner's behavior. I don't know if this was planned from the beginning. With Mike, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because he has said multiple times that we've talked to him, I have a plan for Mariner. It'll be unveiled. So he's forward-thinking enough that...
Well, they heavily implied that Mariner's mum worked on the Enterprise because Riker was her to teach, and he only worked on the Enterprise and then the Enterprise and then the Titan as an officer that would have that sort of responsibility, really. So, which you would think could be noted somewhere. If the mum was on the Enterprise, Mariner was at the Academy, sort of thing happened, because then you could then have fun with it if you do a flashback, say, to the Academy, which, in fairness, that might be a really nice technique. You see, one day after Locarno's thing, Locarno's been drummed out, Mariner's in all, the Enterprise in orbit as it was, Picard's been beamed down to see Wesley, Mariner's mum, who's lieutenant in TNG costume, which would be cool, goes see Mariner, who's in the Academy costume.
Oh, see, that's beautiful.
And you've already got Locarno on tap. So you need that in that bit, young babe Mariner, flashback to real day, and if you hire the C2 actress to reprise, knowing you bring her in later, she can be in those scenes as well. Just voice yourself from 25 years ago, you'll sound the same. It's fine. Like that's. But again, I'm expecting really fun narrative things. I don't think they have the budget or the impetus to do, right? Because that's not about Lower Deck's story. It's about Mariner's story, which is exciting as all hell. I just don't think they're going to do that sort of fun, but they really should. They really should. Now I've said that. That's obvious, right? Because you can imagine the first scene is now 2264 flashback. Mariner's in Academy uniform, and there's, oh my god, that Patrick Stewart. He's like, yes, goodbye, Mariner. Oh, that's it. Like that's the cameo of, But these things don't tend to have the scope that I would write as a fan filmmaker who hasn't got the budget limitation there. But you know what I mean? I would just do what makes sense thematically, like really makes sense. Budget, time, effort. Don't know. Possibilities, but we'll see. Or not. Or it could be very simple. Or it could just be a giant space battle episode with the fleet of alien ships. It could just be another one of those, right?
Well, as you said, the next episode is going to be jumping straight into the action. So this could be an action-packed, really great episode for the finale. And, make the twist seem important. Like, let's make that Nick Locarno thing jump out for some reason. Why is he doing it? What is the purpose? That's the key right now. So did the twist work? Yeah, I was surprised, but it better be a good payoff and a good reason why he's doing this and how this all came about.
Yeah, well, it's like the third act of a murder mystery. Who done it? Is it the doctor? Is it the bartender? Is it the waiter? No, it's Jeff from Plumbing. Who's Jeff from Plumbing? You remember him from 6 movies ago? I guess. Was he in the movie? No. But then you show flashbacks to Jeff from Plumbing doing stuff earlier. But that's what it is. It's a whodunit. They introduce a new character. Therefore, it's not going to feel satisfying because you can't feel satisfying until you make it a TNG Love Fest. Then it'll be like legacy satisfying, right? Like that's the impetus, right? What are they going to do with that? We'll see, Stuart.
Yes, we will see. And you also shall see. But comment down below what you thought about the twist. What did you think of it? What did you think of Nick Locarno coming back? What are the possibilities for you? Please comment them down below.
If you guessed it, let us know.
Good on you.
Yes.
Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification icon so you don't miss any of the content that we produce here, because we love talking about Trek and we're going to do it all the time, forever.
Damn. Cool. And if you want to support our forever goal, then Patreon is a great way. It is monthly, any and all, $5, $10, $100. My God, Stuart. a month makes a difference. Or join the channel on YouTube. Same thing as Patreon, but not at Patreon. Or Super Chat during a live, which we love because it creates conversation, discussion, theorization, and just, helps drive what we do here. Or Super Thanks on any video, which is the same as Super Chat, but not live. But it's still super. You're not chatting. You're just thanksing. As if they thought it through. Or PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com, or buy a shirt from things down below. Any and all help what we do here.
That's right. So, until next time, he is Captain Foley. That was the twist.
Here's Stuart Locarno, who's actually a Cardassian spy, who's actually a Dominion spy, who's actually a Borg spy, who's actually a hallucination, because we're all in the holodeck of a young boy who's actually an alien. Who's actually a script from a TV writer, so actually people in the 80s watching an episode of us who are watching an episode of Trekyards.
No, Yard Treks. This is Yard Treks. That's the twist. Twisted the name up, remember?
It's Trekyards, Stuart. Hey, I'm Trekyards, Stuart. This is Trucker Sam.
Well, why indeed, yeah. Anyway, let's not even go there. So until next time, I guess I'll just...
Yes. We're people, Stuart. We're people.
We're the people.
We're the people.
Mechanic Sammy and Trucker Stu. And we'll see you
Bye, guys.
next time.